Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a little 2 for Tuesday action. You know what we're going to do. We're going to do a little two-step, and we're going to talk about how we're going to bust up in Buster's Liquor Store, then bust up in Buster's Butcher Store. I'm going to tell you how to do that, but we are definitely going to do a lot of recap on the National Football League. Week 1 is in the books, and my goodness. For all them New York Jets fans and idiots like me that took New York, man, you got to feel kind of stupid today. Nathaniel Hackett is still the coach in New York. His offense is not very exciting. I know Aaron Rodgers is good, and it has been great. But his first game back coming off the Achilles and also being 40 years old against that 49ers defense, it did not look good. Brock Purdy makes things look easy. Brandon Ayuk, though, you could tell, missing a touchdown pass. He was a little bit rusty, but the 49ers got a very easy 32-19 victory, and it felt like the Jets were never really in that football game. We are breaking down NFL. We're also going to talk a little bit about some college football teams because I have to say, looking at what's coming up this week, some of the important games around college football, some of the games that might actually surprise you are extremely important when it comes to college football. We are definitely jumping up in that. And if we want to gamble, people, I don't know if you know this, that means we're going to talk a little bit of baseball. Why are we talking baseball? Because there ain't no football on tonight. No, sirree, Bob, there is no football, but we have to gamble. I do know is tonight the debate?
Yes.
We definitely got to find some baseball games to bet on. You know what I'm saying,
I ain't
bro?
watching that debate.
Like, hail to the Nizzo. I'm kind of curious out there. At the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line, 901-360-8255. That's 901-360-8255. Just curious, not getting into, like, politics. Just curious, is there anything that actually could be said during tonight's debate that actually would change or make you sway your vote? I don't know. I know one thing. I'll hear about it, I'm sure. My girl will definitely be watching it. But I am going to get into some baseball. Before we talk seriously a lot about some college football, some NFL action, I do have a few things to say about baseball. Holy cow, have you seen how hot the Mets are? The Mets have now won 10 of their last 11 games, and they just passed the Braves in the wild card race. And it's just, you look at that Braves team and you got to think to yourself, like, they are just fighting and fighting. Like, but they don't have a Ronald Acuna. And again, Chris Sale, Cy Young, comeback player of the year, in my opinion, been absolutely amazing. But this Mets team, man, again, winners of the 10 of their last 11. Francisco Lindor's looking like an MVP. And I just don't know if the Braves have enough juice. If you can't tell, I'm kind of a Braves fan. He's a Cardinals fan. I'm a Braves fan. But right now, man, I'm betting on the Mets because I just feel like they're going to take that last wild card spot. Paul Skeens, I said, you know what, Paul? Maybe you should be shut down for the rest of the year. And then Paul Skeens goes out there, and I didn't realize that he was going to do it. He did it with his first strikeout yesterday, but now he set the record for the Pirates rookie. As a rookie, he's recorded the most strikeouts in his first year. And by the way, the feat continues to go on and on as Paul Skeens struck out, I believe, 9 batters yesterday and looked absolutely nasty. He is that dude. He is absolutely sick. Reminds me a lot of a Kerry Wood when he came up. That's kind of why I was saying things about, protecting him. It's also because we see so many injuries, the pitch clock, all these things we're figuring out. But dadgummit, Paul Skeens keeps going out there and mowing down major league hitters. He's absolutely filthy. And then we got to just say something about, have y'all realized how bad that White Sox team is? Like, really how bad that White Sox team is. Holy moly. The White Sox yesterday, they just went out there and played a little baseball. They have now lost, you won't even believe this, 112 games. They've lost 112 games. They only got 33 wins. In yesterday's game, You had a rookie with an ERA of 8.7, and the man almost threw a perfect game on you. Like, y'all are terrible. It is, like, I just don't even think people understand how astonishingly, absolutely bad this baseball team is. But we got some games today that we're going to look at about 12:45, 12:50. We're going to give you those plays today because, again, I plan on making some money after losing with the Jets because I'm an idiot, and I'm going to make it back in some baseball tonight. You know, a broke man is a dangerous man.
John, I think I had like 5 bets out on the Monday Night Football game last night. I had the under. I had I had an alternate under because I had a boost on DraftKings that was like a 50% profit boost or whatever, and so I could get like under 50.5, which was like really like minus 195. I could get it like minus 105, and so I was like, yeah,
So
I'm definitely
you
gonna
lost
take
by
that.
a half a point. Is that what I'm thinking?
I lost because the backups wanted to come in for the New York Jets and drive
And
right down the field
score.
and score with like 13 seconds left. I was so mad. But I had all these bets. They all lost, except I had Alan Lazard anytime touchdown score for like plus 650.
And he got 2 of them.
He got 2 of them. And the first one he
You don't
got,
get a bonus, though, for an extra
yeah,
touchdown,
exactly.
though,
You could bet him for 2
unfortunately.
touchdowns, but I don't think any sane man is betting Alan Lazard 2 touchdowns in the opening game. But the touchdown he scored on was the offsides for the for San Francisco jumped offsides. Aaron Rodgers just jumps back, throws it downfield. Alan Lazard wide open for a touchdown. It was beautiful. Made all my money back on that.
Congratulations. See, now you're back in the game.
Exactly.
And that is extremely, extremely important. Now, we're going to talk about some of the good, some of the bad, and some of the ugly. The good, bad, the ugly. Isn't that a movie?
Yeah.
Clint
sure is.
Eastwood, I think.
That's right.
Damn, look at me. I can't remember what it was about, though.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Was he good, bad, and ugly?
Maybe all 3.
Damn.
Isn't that really just like a great illustration of humans? You know, we're all just the good, the bad, and the ugly.
God, speak for yourself, bro. I never would call myself ugly.
Well, maybe not John, maybe not your outward appearance, but inside you might be ugly. You never know, John.
Whoa. I thought
I
I'm
said
a
maybe.
saint.
You got to look at yourself in the mirror, John. It's not for me to judge you.
Well, we are going to judge the week 1 and what we think the little overreaction, some underreaction, some winners, some losers, and we can start very simply. I brought it up last week. Rookie quarterbacks.
They are rookies at the end of the day,
You
John.
can tell that it is a huge adjustment. In the preseason, those defenses aren't showing anything. They look very vanilla. Bo Nix looked like a complete miracle man. So did Caleb Williams. Again, these guys are going to put it together. I've already felt like Bo Nix is so much. He's an overachiever. He will continue to overachieve. I still think that Denver roster is bad, but it's just that's going to like things like that are going to happen. And then Caleb Williams, of course, looked terrible, but they still won because Will Levis is an idiot. Like, I don't understand the underhand pass for the interception. That still has blown my mind. And, you know, these young quarterbacks, they didn't look good. They definitely did not look good. There's some of the ones out there. And the other thing is you had 2 old quarterbacks coming off Achilles who didn't look good either. Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons looked absolutely terrible. Like, the Steelers are not all that great. You can only muster 10 points against the Steelers. I just don't understand the Falcons because when you look at them, and again, I know things will eventually change. Kirk Cousins, it was his first game. He threw 2 interceptions. It looked awful. But again, they got running backs out the wazoo. I really actually believe Drake London is eventually going to be a good football player. But it seems like nobody, no matter who the quarterback is, can get him the ball. Arthur Smith couldn't get him the ball last year when he was the head coach. Now, he did have terrible quarterbacks in Desmond Ridder, Marcus Mariota, and a bunch of bums. But, man, the Atlanta Falcons, man, old man Kirk Cousins did not look good in his debut. And then again, Aaron Rodgers last night. It's not necessarily Aaron Rodgers that just made me want to vomit. It was the fact that the scheme from Nathaniel Hackett, and by the way, Aaron Rodgers has a lot of input on this.
That's his guy.
Like, they have weapons. They schemed up nothing.
And that's a great point, John. If you watched that game last night and you didn't know anything about the Jets, you would think the only weapon they have is Garrett Wilson. That's the only guy they were targeting last night.
It's just, I mean, I just didn't understand. And then I watch it, and then you look over at, you look on the other side of the field, and Kyle Shanahan is just scheming out his mind. No Christian McCaffrey, no problem. Like, he's just, the difference
That was crazy.
in a Kyle Shanahan run offense compared to a Nathaniel Hackett is, to me, absolutely crazy. Again, it makes me just feel so stupid that I actually thought that the offseason drama and the 49ers, oh, Brandon Ayuk's not practicing. Oh, my God, Trent Williams is pissed. Oh, Christian McCaffrey's not going to play. I'm sitting there going, oh, my God, this might be the perfect spot for Aaron Rodgers and this Jets team who are all loving each other. He's the, the ringleader, the king of the circus.
It was announced yesterday he's getting a docuseries on Netflix.
All these things, man.
How about this? Did you see after the game when Jordan Mason, a great game by him,
running back,
was interviewed
where the hell did he
on
come
the field,
from?
Literally, and they asked him because the news
again, Kyle Shanahan.
Exactly. So the news dropped yesterday at 5:52. We were in crunch time. We were wrapping the show up.
I think they're in trouble, actually. They're going to get fined because he said
and that's
he
what
knew
I'm
he was
talking
gonna play
about.
on Friday.
They asked him. ESPN was playing for the answer of 2 hours before the game. They came to my locker and told me you're starting for us. So they asked him, what were the emotions like when you learned? When did you get? When did you know that you were starting?
Friday.
He goes, I probably knew Friday afternoon, I guess. And everybody was like, what?
Wait. Did you say
we got the breaking news 2 hours ago?
That is, that's going to get him.
He's definitely going to get fined, and then San Francisco is going to give him all week. He's going to have practice and then PR training afterwards.
I agree with that. Oh my goodness. But man, speaking of just the week one in football, again, you looked at the Lions. They look really tough right now. Okay, the teams that I'm most impressed with, just off the jump. I can't believe I'm saying this.
That's right. Say it, John. Say it with your chest.
What the Dallas Cowboys went and did to the Browns was almost criminal.
Oh, and speaking of criminal, Deshaun Watson.
That was
Lord.
exactly my segue, bro. He's back in trouble.
Jeez.
And, of course, I was checking out a few reports this morning. Not only were the Browns terrible because Deshaun Watson was absolutely pathetic, on Monday, guess who got charged with yet another crime?
That guy.
That guy, Deshaun Watson. Another young lady is seeking restitution because, Deshaun Watson, allegedly, is what she is claiming, came over to her house and did what Deshaun Watson does.
Does not read fun at all. I mean, it was hard to read.
It's really, I was going to say, I can't even imagine, just to put it out there about as vanilla as you can. He texts with this woman for about 7 months back and forth. Then he convinces her, hey, I just don't want to be seen in public. I'm just going to come over to your house. Goes over to his house. And within 2 minutes, he's butt naked in her bed.
Well, she was in the bathroom.
Yeah, she goes to the
shower
restroom,
or something
and when she comes back out, she comes out of the restroom. He's not in the living room. He's in her bed and he's naked. And for some reason, he's starting to ask her, and he always asks this: "Will you massage my butt cheeks?" He did that to every Instagram model that was in anything that you read about. It was always, and of course, this poor lady's scared to death. Anyway, Deshaun Watson.
Crazy.
Terrible, terrible, terrible situation. But here's the thing: he's a terrible human. Obviously,
we knew that already.
Listen, when a couple people say things, when now we're over 20, what is it now? 23 separate women have come out. It makes me wonder how many have actually still been too scared to say anything. But I will say, do you know? He's got that outrageous, fully guaranteed contract. This feels like Is this a way for the Browns maybe to somehow figure out to get out of this contract that they signed him in? They had to put in a clause in his contract with all the trouble that he's been in, that he's got to be a good person. He can't get in any more trouble. Can't have any more people coming forward. I'm telling you, you watch this situation in Cleveland, because I think we're about to get famous Jameis Winston back being a starting quarterback in the National Football League, and I say good riddance to Deshaun Watson. Just absolutely disgusting situation. But again, Dallas made them look silly. Dak Prescott looked great. And then all of a sudden I started hearing everybody's like, Cowboys are back. They're ready for a Super Bowl run.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, we are. How about that?
The defense looked absolutely filthy. It really, really did. Dak looked really, really good. CeeDee Lamb does what he does. The question is, though, are y'all going to be able to run the football?
Well, that's a good question. The offense was fine. It was okay, but that was a
Zeke
defensive game.
Carried the ball, a handful of times and looked average. That's just right now. That's the only thing that gives me a little bit of concern is
But you know what they say,
rushing
John?
attack.
Defense wins championships.
Jake Ferguson and CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, all of them need to stay healthy too, man. Because again, you're kind of also thin with your weapons.
And
but
you already had the scare from Ferguson. He left the game with an injury, and a lot of people thought it was ACL.
Speaking of injuries, man, the other situation, I was very, very impressed with Dallas, extremely impressed with San Francisco last night. I already talked about what I thought about Kansas City when they played Baltimore. Detroit, Sunday night, comeback win. How do you not like Dan Campbell? By the way, if you don't like Dan Campbell, I think you have a problem.
I'm with you.
Like, how do you not like that guy? Just love me some Dan Campbell. I like this Detroit team. I think they're pretty damn good. But you know what? I haven't even mentioned this. Bro, the Chargers and Mr. Harbaugh, damn, man. Like, how does he go in there and just do it? And you're going to sit there and say, well, do what? Well, this Chargers team, forever, it was always on Justin Herbert's arm. They didn't run the football very well. They rushed for 176 yards on 27 carries. They only threw 26 passes. More runs than passing made Justin's day extremely easy. He only had to throw for $144. The defense, which has all the names out there. Mack was out there getting his business on. You know what I mean? Like Joey Bosa was doing his thing, had 7 tackles. Derwin James on the outside. Asante Samuel. The Los Angeles Chargers, I think, are going to be looking like a complete different team under Jim Harbaugh. I mean, get rid of Brandon Staley, bring in an actual competent coach, got a great quarterback. I love it. I love what I saw from the Chargers. Now, I do have to also mention some things that I saw this week that I absolutely wanted to vomit. Carolina.
Oh, man.
Like, bro, the Saints aren't that good, man. Like, do you know how much fun I liked watching my man Bryce Young in college? And you just think about, like, the quarterbacks from Tua and Jalen Hurts and Bryce Young. And I can't believe how competent he was in college and how incompetent and scared and skittish he looks playing in the National Football League. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think this is some great roster. But have you ever at one point saw even a glimpse where you said to yourself, oh, man, this kid, if they just give him enough time, he's got it. He misses throws. He looks so – do you know it looks like me and neither one of us are some big guys, just so everybody knows.
Right.
But I will tell you one thing. If we walked out on a professional field, people immediately would look at us and say, who stole some pads and ran out there or something. Like, we wouldn't, like, something would not belong. And I just feel like I can't believe they took Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. And I know a lot of y'all who listen to the show for a long time knew I was like, I don't know how you take somebody who's 5'10", $190. I just don't know how you do it. Especially with the number 1 overall pick.
And now Anthony Richardson's looking like a player.
In the NFL draft. Man, let me tell you something. When he threw that ball 65 yards down the field off his back foot, and then when he takes off running, there's some...
That guy can stay healthy. Holy cow.
If he can stay healthy. And think about how few... I mean, this guy's only got a handful of starts in the National Football League, only 14 starts when he was playing college football. I mean, he hasn't played a whole lot of ball.
I saw this stat yesterday. He's the second player through his first 5 career games to have 5 passing touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns. The only other player to ever do that, Cam Newton.
Ooh. That's cold-blooded right there.
Yeah.
Man, just a little sidebar on Auburn. I bet they wish they had it. I bet they take Cam Newton right now over Peyton Thorne.
Yeah.
I gotta talk a lot of SEC football today. By the way, David Cobb is out of town. He won't be joining us today at 11:30.
That's too bad.
But me and you are going to be breaking down college football.
You
I'm
know
gonna give
where he was
my
at last
opinion.
night?
I know he was on your show yesterday because I was listening to him.
He was at the Yankees game last night. He's up in New York.
Yeah, he's on a baby moon trip,
How about that?
making some memories, you know,
How about that?
digging it.
Good for him.
You better do it before your baby's born, bro.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have about 18, 19 years where you can't do nothing. It's good luck. I love being old and never minding my kids being grown.
And you can give everybody advice, like you just did.
Carolina was embarrassing. They're absolutely terrible. Terrible. But, bro, you know who else is just terrible?
Who's that?
The Giants.
Yeah, no, the Giants don't look good. Poor Daniel Jones.
Poor Daniel Jones. Poor Daniel Jones?
Poor Daniel Jones. Did you see him get booed
Poor
after
Brian
he was
Daboll.
leaving? People stayed to boo him.
Yes, I would too. He's got more interceptions than touchdown passes. I mean,
Yeah,
this
it's
dude.
not good. He's not a good quarterback.
You remember how I went off the year that they gave him that contract because he won one playoff game and beat the Minnesota Vikings? But again, that year he had 2 games where he threw 2 touchdown passes, and both were against that sorry Vikings team.
That's really who they need to be booing is Joe Shane, the GM, because it was his decision. Literally, the entire Hard Knocks
watched it on Hard
offseason,
Knocks,
literally
yeah.
the whole storyline was how he made the decision to stick
I
with
thought
Daniel
Dayball
Jones.
was going to cry.
I did too.
I don't blame him. I would have wanted to cry after seeing that. I still can't believe what I saw from the Patriots.
That was crazy.
Dude, since Tom Brady left the Patriots, they've been terrible. And I don't think anybody, I know for a fact, you know those pools, where you pick a team.
Oh yeah.
And it's the survivor pool where you just have to pick one team each week. You can't pick the same team twice. And you try to go as far as you can, and whoever goes all the way to the end wins the pool of money. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Do you know how many people in my survivor pool had Cincinnati?
Many. So many.
I'm telling you, we knocked out 25% of our entire our little pool that we have because of the Bengals. Thank you, Patriots. I almost took the Bengals.
I don't blame you.
But yeah, Bengals, man, they look terrible. Could only muster 10 points against the Patriots. And, man, let me tell you something. Jacoby Brissett did exactly what he had to do, but it was Ramondre Stevenson who just ran the ball right down their throat. Cincinnati, you better learn how to stop the run. Or you won't have that football, man. We've been talking so much NFL football. We're going to talk a lot more. On the other side, though, we're going to switch up some gears, talk a little SEC football, what's going on in the ACC, Big Ten. What have we learned, again, from the very, very early part of the season, and look at some of the really big games coming this week. Also got to talk about, the Wildcats. Did you hear they're kind of trying to blame Netflix on themselves losing so bad against South Carolina?
Really?
Yeah, man, it's a weird story. I didn't know. Did you even know? Why is Netflix doing a docu-series on Kentucky football?
So they are doing a docuseries.
Yes, they were all behind the scenes and doing all this stuff, and I'll tell you about it. A couple of the quote Kentucky higher ups were like, maybe this Netflix series wasn't a really good idea.
Yeah, maybe it's not if they're following Kentucky football. Who wants to watch that docuseries?
That's a great question. I guess you know what people. You notice people do, when there's a wreck or an accident, people do kind of
I guess so.
This could be a wreck of a season.
Maybe if it was Kentucky basketball, I'd watch, but...
Oh, it's been wild out. And again, today is a beautiful Tuesday. If you want to do a little two-step, and it's pretty simple, just go to the Poplar and Highland area. You know where Buster's Liquor Store, right there, Poplar and Highland. Hop on in there. Maybe you want a glass of wine. Maybe you want the best spirit in the world, which I think is Tito's. Or maybe you just want a little something, man. JMO shots or something, and maybe what would you drink? What would you buy from the liquor store other than Tito's?
That's a great question. I know Melinda likes a lot of drinks at the liquor store.
Like the Malibu rums and kind of things.
Stuff like that. She likes the
She likes Rumble Mints?
No. One of my best friends does, and he acts
100 proof peppermint schnapps.
No, he's an idiot. I like going to the liquor store. And
if your breath ever stank really, really bad, and
you're at the bar,
and maybe you've been smoking heaters, and a hot girl comes in, and you're trying to oh man, how do I talk to her? Take a shot of Rumple Mints. It'll definitely loosen you up to talk, and it will kill anything that is in your mouth. But hop on into Buster's Liquor Store, grab your favorite spirit, and then just walk next door to Buster's Butcher. There is nothing like it anywhere else. The finest meats, cheeses. I think everything at Buster's is just better. I go get my steaks there, my chops, all that good stuff. And right now, it's tailgating season. We got football. We're talking football. You can go over to Buster's. Again, you walk on in, 199 South Highland Street. You can just enter. All you have to do is sign a little piece of paper, put it in the thing, and say, hey, man, I hope I win this bad boy. Because, again, there's no purchase necessary. It's one entry per person. We're going to draw the winner on October 1st at 10 a.m. I will announce the winner at 11 a.m. What are you trying to win over at Buster's Butcher? A Camo Ice Mule soft cooler. That's a soft cooler you can put your Tito's and your beers in. Take it with you to the game. Get ready to tailgate. Very easy to carry. Plus, we're going to give you 4 Yeti coasters. Have you seen the Yeti coasters? I had to look it up because at first I didn't know what it was. Because I know what a Yeti is. But no, not only do they have the dopest cups, you just take your little beer, you put it in the coaster, it's going to keep it cold all day long if you're a slow drinker. $200. That's right, a $200 gift certificate that you can use at Buster's Butcher and a bunch of Buster's branded swag. So head on over to 199 South Highland Street. Stop on in. And again, the tailgate package is valued at $500. And if you want to learn more at bustersbutcher.com. See why every cut counts at Buster's Butcher. We're going to take a quick time out. It's time to talk some college football on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Looking for an engagement ring that'll really knock your socks off? You need to be at Genesis Diamonds. It's such a privilege at Genesis Diamonds for us to work with the world's finest designers, to be able to offer brands like Tacori and Verragio, and we're excited to be able to give you something really good. Genesis Vice President David Cooper, the craftsmanship, the detail, the quality, the individuality is bar none better than anything else. Genesis has been selected as an exclusive provider for every top designer from to choose from. And if that's not enough, they can create something that's truly custom craft you literally anything you can imagine. We have the capabilities to realize any dream. Things that other stores may not know. We've been doing for free for around 5 years already. So don't settle for a mediocre skin design. You deserve. I'm David Cooper from Genesis Diamonds, and I'm excited to see you show. It's extended.
Just a quick reminder, it's football season, and if you are not spending a little time each weekend watching college or pro ball at Bell Tavern, Memphis' perfect downtown neighborhood bar, people might be talking about you behind your back. See, everyone else has figured out that Bell Tavern, with its ice-cold beer, signature cocktails, cozy atmosphere, and incredible staff, is the perfect place to while away a fall Saturday or Sunday cheering on your team in a place where people act like adults, whether their team is winning or losing. Bell Tavern is not a sports bar, except for it is.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawa Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawa is an ACUSA church located in town Memphis.
Now back back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Tuesday. You know, it was a little two-stepping Tuesday, man. Hit up Buster's Liquor Store. You know, there's two of them. They opened the new one over at Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. The original Gangster, of course, is Poplar and Highland. And they've opened up Buster's Butcher. You better check it out. They're open 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 12 to 6 on Sunday. The best meat. Everything is cut to order. My buddy Slap. Did I tell you about the Wagyu? Like, I don't eat hot dogs unless it's a corn dog and it's like a special occasion because I'm kind of weird about what's in a hot dog. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'm addicted to the corn dog thing. It's just too damn good. He got Wagyu beef hot dogs. Have you ever heard of Wagyu beef hot dogs?
I've never heard of. I didn't know they had hot dogs, but I know what Wagyu is, of course.
It was the most unbelievable things. There's sausages over there at Buster's Butcher. Man, I'm telling you, it's so awesome. Plus, when you stop in, don't forget to enter. There's only one entry per person. No purchase necessary. The winner's going to be drawn at 10 a.m. on October 1st because we're giving away a tailgate package valued at $500. You can go to Memphis. You can go to Oxford. You can go to Knoxville, and you can have everything that you need. Because we're giving away a Camo Ice Mule soft cooler, 4 Yeti coasters, $200 gift certificate to Buster's Butcher, and, of course, some Buster's branded swag. Check them out. Now it's time to talk a little college football, man. So much to talk about. I was reading a little bit of Heather Dinage this morning, listening to all the college game day people, getting my little education on. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I got educated on and makes me extremely nervous is Memphis, Boise State, Tulane, and Northern Illinois. If you weren't paying attention last week, Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame.
Sure did, and now they've jumped up into everybody's top 12 because they're in the top 25.
Yes, they are, and man, it gives me anxiety. I don't like it at all because I'm thinking to myself, after they beat, I mean, what a win for them. Their coach seems like one of the most awesome dudes on planet Earth. This is one of the older rosters in college football. And right now they're ranking and everybody loving them. I looked at their schedule. I don't see a whole lot of trouble on in their view. And of course, yes, Memphis has their opportunity this week to beat Florida State, one of the Power 4 schools. But right now Florida State is 0-2. And Georgia Tech, who beat Florida State. Do you know who they play this week?
Who Georgia Tech plays
Georgia
this
Tech lost.
They lost Syracuse.
To Syracuse.
Yeah.
By the way, because Kyle McCord looked awesome.
Yeah, no, Syracuse could be fun.
Kyle McCord is going to be, I think, an NFL dude, by the way.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is, my brain wasn't working a little bit. Northern Illinois scares the hell out of me. Boise State was this close to beating the Ducks.
Sure were.
Tulane almost beat Kansas State.
I like this quarterback they got down there. It was supposed to be Ty Thompson.
They get Oklahoma this week, too, by the way.
And Oklahoma looked terrible.
Against Houston.
Yeah.
Like, if Tulane gets a big win, one thing I can say is I would love for Tulane actually to get that win because guess who plays the very end of the year? Memphis and Tulane, so that could possibly help them out. We need the American to be strong. But, again, all I want in this whole wide world is Ole Miss and Memphis to be in that 12-team college football playoff. But dadgummit, Boise State and Tulane and, damn it, Northern Illinois are trying to give me an anxiety attack. Those are the teams that scare me. Now, when you look at some of the other teams out there that you kind of start thinking about bubbles and what's going on with them, where you have them. Like if you kind of basically power rank these joints, it's pretty simple in the SEC. Georgia looks out of control great. Carson Beck, he's in total control of the offense. There's always a great defense. Do I have to say much more about Georgia? Heck, Travis Etienne, they stole him. Did you realize that? Like, Georgia's loaded. They're always loaded. And guess who they get to face? Their first road test is Saturday against the Kentucky Wildcats team.
Oh, man.
That I think is about to get embarrassed on their Netflix show again. I looked at Texas last week, though, and I was going to tell you something, man. I'm serious heart attack.
Texas is back.
Bro, Sark went on the road. Look, Sark beat Alabama last year.
Uh-huh.
They made it all the way to the college football playoff. Quinn Ewers looks really damn good. And they lost X-Man Worthy, but those wide receivers look fast and furious. And that defense was so dominant on the Wolverines. I mean, it was 24-3 at the half. And the defense only allowed 80 yards rushing. That's how good
How about
Texas's
that?
defense was. Hook 'em horns, is that what you're giving me?
That's right. Texas is
Damn.
back. You got to hold it the whole time we talk about Texas.
And again, the third best team I think in the SEC right now is a toss-up.
Really?
It's hard for me because I feel, of course, that it's the Ole Miss Rebels.
They got to be tested.
But they played nobody.
Exactly.
They played a bunch of fur burgers and then Middle Tennessee.
What kind of test do you think Wake Forest will give them this week?
Man, they're going to go up there and slap them down. This
You
is
don't
the
think much of a
The
test?
Demon Deacons. Have you watched the ACC?
Bits and pieces. I've not seen Wake Forest play this year. So that's why I asked.
Let me just tell you something. I ain't worried about no Wake Forest.
I don't think I know anything about Wake Forest this year.
NC State is terrible. Wake Forest is no good. It's a basketball school. In fact, the ACC, their only hope right now, realistically, is Louisville and Miami.
Yeah, the U.
I
Who did
mean,
Miami play last
Clemson
weekend?
could get themselves back in because
Oh,
you know
they
it's
played
weird.
KMU.
Miami and Clemson don't play each other in the regular season.
Is that right?
So
Wow.
they could meet up in a championship game. Louisville looks, I guess, good for an ACC team. We're going to find out more about Boston College. They have a big game this week as well. They play somebody in the SEC this week.
Who does?
Boston College, don't they play somebody?
That's
in the
right. Missouri. Going to be a great game.
Ooh, that's going to be a
Great
damn good game. I will get to Missouri in a minute, but Ole Miss Rebels I have up there because right now Jackson Dart looks unstoppable. The wide receivers, the depth. I mean, this doesn't look like the Ole Miss teams. Lane Kiffin has built himself an absolute beast down there in the SIP. Offense, defense, special teams, running backs, wide receivers, line, they got it all. And they got the best cheerleaders in the whole wide world. I don't know if you know about that. Check them out now. Just don't look too hard. I'll come and get you, son. Tennessee's right there with me. Tennessee and Ole Miss. Tennessee has impressed me so much that I almost feel that I'm doing this just basically out of my heart, putting Ole Miss just a hair above them. Because I was worried about the secondary, but you don't have to have the greatest secondary if you only have to cover for like 2.5 seconds because that defensive front is in the backfield making people look like they're going down, man. Grayson McCall had no time to do anything. Nico Iamaleava is that dude. He is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And they can run the football.
And that defense looks incredible.
I mean, Tennessee had more tackles for losses than the Wolfpack had first downs.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Crazy.
Tennessee, that defense is just ugly. And then after that, do you not have to put Missouri?
Mm-hmm.
Missouri, again, Luther Burden is that dude. I love Luther Burden. I like Missouri. I think they are a very talented team. We're going to find out, though, a lot about them against Boston College this week, who snuck up in the rankings. I just don't know how good Bill O'Brien's team really is because I do have bad thoughts about that Florida State team. Oh, and then let's see. Oklahoma looked terrible.
Not good, yeah.
Against a really bad Houston team. I mean, Brent Venerable, I think he's got to be a little bit nervous right now. I mean, Houston lost 24-7 to UNLV at home and then went out there and I thought they were going to end up beating the Sooners. They got a little work to do, you could say. A lot of work, actually. LSU, I don't know who they are. I know one thing about this. Garrett Nussmeier. Did you know he threw 6 touchdowns, 302 yards?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they had to pull away and win that game. Like, they didn't look all that great against, who was it, Nichols? McNeese?
Yeah, I think it was McNeese. Someone else played
somebody
Nichols.
in the FCS.
Yeah.
It wasn't anybody that should be hanging around with the Tigers. And it's just also, it's just crazy. But then one other thing I got to mention, man. ACC, I mentioned.
No, it was Nichols. You're
Was
right.
it Nichols?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So someone else played Texas A&M played McNeese.
Man, Texas A&M, by the way.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think, like Notre Dame, I don't think Riley Leonard's really that good. Like, I don't know how Mike Elko and Riley Leonard turned their little Duke program into a starting quarterback job at Notre Dame, and then now the head man at Texas A&M, because Texas A&M has not looked like a football team that gets it. And Connor Wegman, again, was great last year in the 4 games that he played, and he looks absolutely terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. Damn, college football, though. It's back.
Sure
I'm
is.
fired up about it. I'm wondering about this Alabama going on the road against Wisconsin. I mean, are you a believer in Tyler Van Dyke? Can Wisconsin have a good enough football game to scare a little bit of Alabama? I look at that game, and that's one of those that I can't believe Alabama is a 17-point favorite. They look so bad. Now, the one thing is I've never been a believer in TVD. The only person I know that's ever liked Tyler Van Dyke is our former producer and good friend Jay Morgan.
Yeah, I think he gave up on Tyler Van Dyke. Though. I think he just liked him because he was a
Miami
Hurricane.
guy.
Yeah,
The TVD. Dude, Boston College, Missouri, that game, another one. This is a weird one. Missouri, did you know they're a 17-point favorite as well?
is that right?
Over 24 ranked Boston
Wow.
College.
Holy cow!
There's some wild lines. Guess who's a 17-point favorite over the Beavers? That would be Oregon. There's a couple of these lines where I'm scratching my head. Did you see Boise State, who should have beaten Oregon?
Yeah.
And they played Idaho the first game of the year and only won by 10 points. Oregon right now it just looks off. And again, I know you bring in a lot of pieces. Maybe they're going to find it. Dylan Gabriel could get things going. They do have a soft schedule. Oregon State, I don't believe. I still think they're going to be a good enough. UCLA, you can't believe in. Then they get Michigan State. We're going to find out though in October when they have to play Ohio State, Michigan later on in the year. But, man, I don't know, man. For as high as I was on the Ducks before the season, how can you not take them points with the Beavers? Again, this weekend's lines and some of these football games are crazy. And again, Notre Dame, 10.5-point favorite over Purdue. Now, Purdue's terrible. But Notre Dame hadn't showed anybody anything. Texas, they don't even have a game. And poor Kentucky. Are you laying 24 with Georgia against Kentucky? Because I know I am.
Maybe.
The Gamecocks just went in there and beat them.
That's crazy. And South Carolina looked like their offense did not look good at all against Old Dominion the week before. And so I was shocked at how they just completely manhandled Kentucky.
I was a little shocked as well. A lot of stuff, crazy stuff going on. By the way, you know what I'm doing this week?
What's that?
I'm going to Top Gun Memphis. Do you remember when I went to Top Gun Memphis and shot my machine guns?
I do.
Do you remember that I saved all the women?
I do.
I can shoot a machine gun. Have you ever shot a machine gun?
I have not.
Man, why don't you come out to Top Gun Memphis for only $99? You can come out there and have the ultimate machine gun experience. Again, the ultimate 3 different machine guns to choose from. You get ammo, a range safety officer, your shooting lane. Again, just $99. I'm going to be there this Thursday, Top Gun Memphis over at Witten Road. They got the machine gun package. They got memberships as low as $24.99 a month. Check out why everybody needs to shoot at Top Gun Memphis. And again, there's nowhere else you can experience the machine gun shooting championship is what I like to call it. But man, I'm telling you, Top Gun Memphis has it. Win, it's 11-1. I'm going to be out there this Thursday. Plus, if you're thinking to yourself, I really don't know anything about shooting. They got a handgun permit class. They have first shooters class. And the thing about Top Gun is they have more, like a wealth of knowledge that you can't find anywhere else. Their classes are bar none exceptional, the best in the city. Top Gun Memphis out there on Witten Road. I'm going to be there this Thursday, 11-1. We're going to be giving away goodies. I'm going to have all kinds of specials. We'll get some ammo. You'll get to go out there and see me shoot a bunch of machine guns and some pistols. I'm going to have fun. So come join me on Thursday. On the other side, we still have a few things to talk about college football. Then at 12 o'clock, we're going to switch gears with a little Zach Boyd. I got some crazy hardwood stories at 12:30. And then again, don't forget, bets, baseball into the show. Because Dacus, if we don't have money on the game, what would we do on a Tuesday night?
Nothing.
So we're going out there and give
We
the people
gotta-
what they need.
Yeah, we got to get some money on these games.
Don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
So you need to sell your house? I have the solution. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill and I buy houses. Any area, as is. It's literally as simple as that. Just pick up your phone. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill and I buy houses. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your house fast, call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill and I buy houses.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. And after looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home in Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
The best I do's start with Sissy's Blue. Discover bridal jewelry worthy of your big day at Sissy's Log Cabin, along with our spectacular experience that comes with our promise of exceptional quality, service, and brilliant natural diamonds. Experience our expansive selection when you stop by any of our 6 locations or shop online at sissyslogcabin.com. Find your perfect engagement ring only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Want to do something you can't do anywhere else? Then join me, your buddy Johnny Radio, at Top Gun Memphis this Thursday at 11 to 1 to experience the fully automatic machine gun package for just $99. It includes 3 different machine guns, ammo, range safety officer, and a shooting range. New to shooting or just need to learn? Top Guns Academy is nationally recognized, and memberships start at just $29.95 a month. Gun rentals are only $10. Join me this Thursday at Top Gun Memphis, 2770 Witten Road.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a two-stepping Tuesday. Head on to Buster's Liquor Store. There's 2 of them. You got Ridgeway Trade Shopping Center. You got the original at Poplar and Highland. And check out the new one, Buster's Butcher. Learn why every cut counts at bustersbutcher.com. Finest meats, cheeses, and freshly prepared food daily. Let me just tell you, so good, man. You know how many crazy things are going on in the world? We got to talk later in Hardwood about the whole Tyreek Hill. Have you seen the body cam footage? Pretty wild stuff. We'll talk about that. We also got to talk about this, man. Did you see 4 ex-Michigan players, including former quarterback Denard Robinson? You remember Shoelaces, right?
Yeah.
Wide receiver Braylon Edwards have filed a class action lawsuit against the NCAA and the Big Ten Network, seeking more than $50 million for being wrongfully and unlawfully denied the opportunity to earn money off their name, image, and likeness. Now, the lawsuit says the NCAA and the Big Ten Network have for years systematically exploited these iconic moments from these iconic players to their benefit and declined to help out the actual athlete. Of course, we know what's been going on. with the billions of dollars and just, I mean, it's just kind of, we're in a new world. But damn, did you think about former players and older players coming out there and throwing out $50 million lawsuits like that?
Crazy.
Man, definitely a different day around college football. It's pretty weird.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where am I going to be on Thursday?
Top Gun.
Shooting guns, man. If you want to do something you can't do anywhere else, again, join me this Thursday, 11 to 1. I'm going to be out at Top Gun Memphis, 2770 Witten Road. We can do things that you just don't understand. Again, we have a machine gun package. It's just for $99. You get your lane, you get your ammo, you get your range safety officer, you pick out your machine gun. You're saying, John, I want to go shoot some guns, but I don't have a gun. Did you know that gun rentals are only $10?
Wow.
You can go out there, rent a gun. By the way, also, they sell guns. Try a bunch of them out so you know what you actually like. Go to Top Gun Memphis with me this Thursday. Get you a shooting lane. Test everything out. And again, they also have memberships that start at $29.95 a month. If you want to shoot at the spot with it's the largest shooting range. They have dope food. The barbecue's out of control. And I'm just telling you, I love the place. I hope you join me this Thursday, 11 to 1, Top Gun Memphis. Now, Memphis plays in a big game this weekend, you could say.
They sure do. How about this? Are you familiar with Jim Rome?
Dude, I don't know if you know this. That dude, the Jungle, when I was, how old are you, 24?
24.
When I was probably your age, I was addicted to Jim Rome.
Ryan Silverfield was just on the Jim Rome show. He just got done 2 minutes ago.
What was he talking about?
Tigers in Florida State.
Man, you got a little audio if we can play a little later?
I might be able to find some, yes.
No, you don't have to, bro. I just was wondering because I know sometimes you don't listen to my show.
I do.
Really
I
good
listen
stuff.
I listen to your show, but I didn't get to catch all of his. I just caught the tail end when we were at break. Coming up at 12:20, Jackson Dart's joining the Jim Rome show. So in one day,
he's going
on the same show.
Ryan Silverfield and Jackson Dart.
And Jackson Dart, the Ole Miss quarterback. That's wild for Jim Rome to have such local people to our area.
I dig it. All the way out there on the left coast, man.
Mm-hmm.
Rome is Burning was one of my favorite. Did you ever see Chris Everett? Jim Everett.
Sure.
And he called him Chris Everett, and then Jim got up and kind of smacked him.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. That was awesome. And I don't know if you remember this, but they used to do these things where they took callers, and you would if your call sucked, they would run you, and if your call was good, they kept you doing it. And then at the end of the year, they would have these. The best people who would come into the jungle, and
that's great.
It was really a great show. I didn't even know Jim was still doing his show. Where do you find him?
He's on Twitter now.
On the
I don't know where else he's doing his show, but I know you can watch it live on Twitter.
Watch him live on Twitter. Jackson Dart, by the way, his life is going pretty well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when he left USC, his first year at Ole Miss? And then they brought in Spencer Sanders, and I honestly thought Spencer Sanders, a 4-year starter at Oklahoma State. The kid leaves Oklahoma State after being a 4-year starter. He's going to go push Jackson Dart. Lane Kiffins obviously brought him in for a reason. And then all of a sudden, Jackson Dart's turned into one of the best quarterbacks in football. And he's got some of the biggest damn thighs you've ever seen. Getting that kid on the ground is no joke. He's a big, big boy. When you stand next to him, you're like, damn, that kid plays quarterback. I want to tackle him. I don't, but man, Jackson Dart, Jim Rome, Ryan Silverfield. Can this be good luck for both programs?
I hope so.
Jim ain't gonna put a jinx on him, is he?
I hope not.
First road test for the year for the Ole Miss Rebels this week is against Wake Forest, and then the Tigers. They're on the road down in Tallahassee, taking on Mike Norvell's boys. Do you think that line's ridiculous?
Oh, it's at 7.5 or 7 now. That's kind of what I figured it would be at.
Man. Florida State can't run. Their quarterback can't throw.
Wow.
Their defensive front's getting blown out. Wow. Georgia Tech, who lost to Syracuse, ran the ball right down their throat. Boston College just decided and said, let me just tell you something. Bill O'Brien came out there and just says, what we're going to do is out-physical you. And they out-physicaled them the whole damn game. And DJ Uiagalelei is just the Joe Milton 2.0.
Right.
He's that guy.
Looks good coming off the bus.
Looks good coming off the boys, but man, don't scare you at all. I mean, did you know that Boston College only threw the ball 16 times in that game?
It's crazy.
They lined up and ran right down the throat. The thing about Memphis football, though, is can they line up and go toe-to-toe, or are we going to have to put this on Rock Taylor, the wide receivers, and, of course, our boy Seth Hennigan? It's going to be interesting to see the chess match between Ryan Silverfield and Mike Norvell this Saturday. It's 11 o'clock tip, just the tip, because all the party comes afterwards. It's time to talk NFL, little fantasy. We got our boy Zach Boyd on the other side. Don't you dare touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farm All, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, they can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing and then some. Stop by Mid-South Ag Equipment or call 662-890-3141 to find a Case IH Farm All that's right for you.
Country music singer-songwriter Kylie Morgan loves her rainbow Genesis Diamonds. It's something simple with the song that I love. That's exactly what we got. And then we dress up the way bands got on fire with passion looking around it. And you definitely enjoy it. I came to choose the way because Kylie's the Beyonce Genesis because of her reputation, the quality, personal service, and of course, the I'm so pressure to my collection of songs about sensational bridesmaids. I had at least 1,000 DMs asking from the future brides what I worked with because of the vibe song. Kind of just answered me as a person to ask. Advice to all those girls. Since from my experience, Genesis Diamonds, Family Leisure is having the world's biggest spa set. It's happening right now. You can save thousands on in-stock hot tubs that are ready to be delivered. Family Leisure has spas that start at just $28.99. You know those cold plunges? You can get one for yourself starting at $39.99. Or how about swim spas? They start at $17,499. Plus, Family Leisure has set up special financing just for this event. Have you been sitting on the fence about an above-ground pool? Get off that fence and get to Family Leisure to take advantage of huge discounts on all their in-stock above-ground pools. And if you need some patio furniture, it's all priced to move out now. It's not too late to have some summer fun, courtesy of Family Leisure. But you better hurry up. The world's biggest spa set might go on forever. Family Leisure. With and run at I-40. Family and fun come together.
Want to do something you can't do anywhere else? Then join me, your buddy Johnny Radio, at Top Gun Memphis this Thursday at 11 to 1 to experience the fully automatic machine gun package for just $99. It includes 3 different machine guns, ammo, range safety officer, and a shooting range. New to shooting or just need to learn? Top Guns Academy is nationally recognized, and membership start at just $29.95 a month. Gun rentals are only $10. Join me this Thursday at Top Gun Memphis, 2770 Witten Road.
56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis with Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I was about to say Thirsty Thursday. It's a two-stepping Tuesday. When you two-step, what do? Tito's. The best part of waking up on Saturday morning is Tito's in your cup. A little game day. And then this Saturday, we're going to watch Memphis beat the brakes off of Florida State. I'm excited, man. I'm telling you, I will be, after Memphis beats Florida State, man, it's going to be a Tito's day all day long, all day strong. You can get a big old fat bottle of Tito's, like the big old half gallons, you know what I'm talking about? The handle. All you have to do is go any local liquor store. I like Buster's. They got a beautiful one right here at Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center that they just opened. It's brand new. It's gorgeous. The original gangster at Poplar and Highland. That's where I get my Tito's. But if you go to any local watering hole, wherever you go, always drink the best. It's 100% gluten-free, 6 times distilled before they still it in classic copper pots. It's made in small batches. Got a very unique flavor. Slightly sweet. It has a black pepper note that balances everything out. You can be crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Whatever you do, make sure you drink the best. And that's Tito's handmade vodka. And are you a dog lover?
You're asking me?
Yeah, you like dogs?
Yeah.
Better like dogs.
Why wouldn't I?
Dogs are man's best friend. Do you know how many people are going to go out there and kind of screw you over?
I mean, hopefully not.
All of them.
Not me, of course.
But everyone else.
But everybody else is going to try. But you know what dogs do?
They bark.
They loyal.
do bark.
They're
bark.
loyal. I bring that up because, man, if you love dogs the way I do, you can only drink Tito's because Tito Beverage, he loves dogs. And again, he's already rescued 600 dogs. It's vodka for dog lovers as well. And plus, it's just the best juice around. Now, we got to talk a little bit of football, Mr. Zach Boyd. Got to talk a little Memphis Tigers with you.
Is that right?
Ryan Silverfield matching wits with Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell is so desperate for a win. He got beat 63-3 in last year's bowl game. They got left out of the playoff. They go across to, Ireland? And get their butt handed to them by Georgia Tech. The nerds of the ACC beat them. And then Bill O'Brien in Boston College came down there and didn't even really try to throw the football. They just ran right down Florida State's. Do you know that they ran for 263 yards against Florida State in that game? Man, 28-13. Florida State's offense is abysmal. DJ Uiagalelei does not look good. Cam Davis, Roydale Williams don't look like the backs that maybe they expected, and the defensive line is soft. How are you feeling right now? Mike Norvell, desperate team right now in Memphis with a lot of expectations, and they're obviously really high. I mean, Ryan Silverfield was just on the Jim Rome show.
He was.
Who do you like?
So let me take it back to a couple weeks ago, because like even before the season, because in my mind I'm thinking to myself like, okay, Norvell, he got DJ in. DJ was highly recruited, so I'm thinking like, okay, you get a really talented quarterback in your system, you know, everything's gonna work out. No,
that's what you think.
No, I was clearly wrong because in my mind I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, it's just week one. They had an opportunity, but the defense kind of let them down a little bit. The offense was kind of stalled, but they were putting up points. So I'm like, yeah, just give DJ another week. Not the case. So, I mean, the biggest thing is if the Tigers can get pressure on him, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day and a long night for Florida State fans. Because, again, like, Boston College, like off the top of my head, I didn't think Boston College was good. But I remember somebody was telling me that
I told you Boston College, Bill O'Brien was going to do one thing and be physical.
Right.
And I didn't think, though, that they'd have the athletes to just go out there and run for 263 yards and 2 touchdowns right down Florida State's throat. That's what I didn't think.
Boston College made Florida State tap out
in their house. That's what also was impressive.
And it was just a consistent running game. It's like they kept open up lanes for their runners to go through. And it's like if this offensive line, even though they didn't have many reps, if they can open up some lanes for Mario Anderson, from DeRozier. Am I pronouncing his name right?
DeWosier.
DeWosier.
That middle, that R sounds like a W. From my
right.
understanding.
I was close. I was just one syllable.
Exactly.
One syllable. So DeWosier and Mario Anderson, they can open up lanes for those guys. Like they're gonna take off. and it's gonna be impactful. Because again, like if they didn't make they had 2 weeks to make changes to to whatever scheme this is. They got 2 weeks to do this, and if it looks like nothing has changed, Memphis is gonna win this game.
The thing about it is, for me also, is like I'm kind of very curious. I'm going to do a little bit more work. I'm going to have to. I got to reach down and find out a Florida State beat writer. I'm curious what the locker room's like. You bring in as many players as Mike Norvell has brought in. The season has gone so south already.
Yeah.
You're 0-2. Memphis is coming to town. It's an 11 a.m. start. You've looked absolutely abysmal. I'm wondering how Mike Norvell gets this team off the mat and to play as a unit.
I mean, I can tell you one thing. They're gonna be really aggressive from the jump. Because again, like it would be a different Florida State team if they would have won the game against Georgia Tech and then lose at BC, or vice versa.
Now you're playing a desperate team.
Yeah,
there's a desperate team.
They're going to be really desperate this weekend because now they're 0-2. They didn't think to be 0-2. Heck, we didn't even think they're going to be 0-2. Like we thought they were going to be undefeated by the time when we get to this showdown that College Game Day was going to go down to Tallahassee for the weekend. But the fact that they are 0-2, they're going to be desperate because they want to win. At least get a win, at least just to try to get some momentum going. Because after Memphis, I forgot what their schedule was, but I know they played.
Florida State schedule.
Yeah, I know they played Notre Dame because they still got the remaining of the ACC that they got to go against, and the Boston College got Missouri.
Yeah, Boston College has Missouri
this week. Yeah, this week Missouri.
I think after this, Florida State plays Cal maybe.
SMU. They have Clemson still remaining on their schedule. They got the U they're going to have to play this year. Hold on, let me scroll and see. They got Notre Dame left. They got Florida. They got North Carolina. They got a tough little road to hoe.
Right. So for them, it's in their minds, it's we got to get this game in. We got to get this game against Memphis. And for Memphis, it's like we need this game just to kind of keep the momentum going, because right now Florida State didn't look like the team that we thought they were going to be.
Also, the most important thing is, though, for Memphis to get this dub is because, one, you have Northern Illinois who beat Notre Dame, has a really good chance to be that team. Boise State looked great against Oregon.
Yeah.
Hell, Tulane has a big game this weekend. Tulane, my goodness, they play Oklahoma this weekend, right? Dacus, check that out and make sure I'm right.
I will.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Because Tulane can drop Oklahoma. And by the way, Oklahoma in the first 2 weeks,
they look kind of suspect.
Shaky as all get out. Houston is a terrible football team, and Houston had them. I mean, maybe they're going to wake up. I don't know. I still don't know who the real Oklahoma is. But I will tell you, when Tennessee does go down to Norman, I feel like Tennessee and Nico beat the brakes off of them.
I can see that happening a lot.
But man, but out of the other teams that we're talking about, that Memphis has kind of got to worry about, Northern Illinois, Boise State, Tulane, like which one do you think has the best chance? I mean, I know everybody's got to think Northern Illinois, but I'm just wondering what you actually think.
To me, it's always been Boise. It's always been somebody from the Mountain
They're
West.
a damn good team.
Was it Ashton Gent?
I can't remember.
I can't pronounce the kid's name. But
all I know is I can tell you when I watched them play that Oregon game, Oregon got so lucky. I mean, this is a Dan Lanning football team that for 2 weeks has not looked really effective. And again, Dylan Gabriel, I know it's a whole new system and it's a whole bunch of new stuff going on, but man, he looked very, I thought, pedestrian.
Yeah,
I mean, 16 points against Houston. Are you? Like, did I see that for real?
Yeah, no.
Oh, and by the way, I think two of their points was a safety, because I don't think Oklahoma scored anything in the second half other than a safety. So, and Jackson Arnold, who they say was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, man. They've been missing. He's looking rough. Dylan Gabriel, who looked rough. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks who have transferred who have not looked like that dude. Cam Ward, though, in Miami, he's got a chance to do a whole lot over there in the ACC, because I think it's just Miami and Louisville.
So much fun to watch.
Just
so much fun
electric.
to watch. Another game. I'm thinking group of 5 teams. I know Texas.
By the way, I think Cam Ward already this year, though, by the way, nobody ever mentions him. Like, I've heard so many people who come in now put in some late money on Nico.
Heisman?
Cam's already thrown for almost 700 yards, six touchdowns. Cam Ward,
right?
And he's got an ACC schedule where he could put up some absolute insane numbers. And again, when you're completing 76% of your passes through the first 2 games, like you're kind of on.
Mm-hmm. And I can see that because again, like he has the opportunity to display his skills because I think he was at JUCO last year or the year before, and so now he's Cam Ward.
No,
FCS.
FCS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2 years or 2 or 3 years ago, he was at Incarnate Word. Then he went up to Washington State. Now he's
he was a
Miami.
Cougar. By the way, I don't know if you know this. Big
John
fan
loves
of Cougars.
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I like Cougars.
The older you get, the more you like Cougars.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
What's the age bracket of this? Like,
it only gets older as he gets older.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
I think getting old. You know what? Never mind. I was about to go complete sidebar. So y'all have to don't do that to me, y'all.
Hey, you brought it up.
I'm just saying. But I will. Never mind. My eyes, by the way, you should have seen the workout they got at Oxford this weekend. Boy, I didn't take my glasses off for 4 straight hours.
It's the shades or the actual glasses?
The shades. I don't wear glasses, son.
Hey, yeah, you said you're getting older.
Yeah, I am. Still
Need the readers.
Yeah.
I don't need no readers.
One day you will. One day John's going to have to put his readers on so he can look at the odds for the game. All right, what are we going to bet on today?
Oh, that's going to be terrible. That is going to be absolutely terrible. Man, we've been talking a little bit of football, and we got to also talk a little bit about the National Football League. Week 1 is finally wrapped up. There is so much to unpack from Week 1. Like the Jordan Love injury right off the jump.
Man, it's rough.
Like and again, the thing that just blows my mind, I like Matt LaFleur. I think he's a great coach, but it's kind of like Mike Norvell. You can't teach DJ. You think you can. All great coaches think that they can turn somebody who's average into something. Malik Willis is not an NFL quarterback. Like, I think they're in some deep trouble. Now, I mean, if he misses 4 games, that Packers team that everybody thought, in one of the tougher divisions, because you got the Packers who Jordan Love was supposed to be this great thing. Minnesota freaked me out in the first week. Sam Darnold looked good. The Lions came back and beat the Rams. The Bears looked like poo but got the win. Like, that NFC North is going to be a little bit tough going down the stretch all the way. But I'm kind of wondering how the Packers actually stay in the hunt, because if they don't have him for 4 weeks, you got the Colts and Anthony Richardson this week. And Anthony Richardson and Shane Steichen, they look like that dude. And plus, I don't know if you know, Jonathan Taylor can still run the hell out of the football.
He can. But let's just pump the brakes a little bit on the Vikings, because the Vikings did play the Giants on Week 1.
Okay. You know what?
They played the Giants.
Very
Week
fair.
1. like Daniel Jones was throwing pick sixes all game. Like, just a little bit. Like, it's easy to say, like, for Sam Darnold, it's like, hey, like, you got a short field now. You just let's throw a short pass.
And I don't think Minnesota's defense is any good, but they look great because they played the Giants.
They played the Giants.
Gave up 2 field goals.
So the thing is, like,
I do like the fact that Aaron Jones running the rock for Minnesota, plus Jefferson on the outside. The offensive line is, like, good. I mean, I think Sam Darnold this is going to be his one opportunity. Of course, we know J.J. McCarthy is going to be out for the year. So if Sam Darnold is ever going to be Sam Darnold, the guy that they thought he was coming out of school, this is his chance.
Or to prove that he's a dependable backup, at least. Brian, if you can you find the list of available QBs?
Absolutely.
In the NFL, because
I know Tannenbaum is
Ryan Tannehill's out there somewhere.
I
think they're kicking the tires over there in Green Bay.
So that's the thing, because they traded a 7th round pick to get Malik Willis from the Titans. So, and I said this the last several weeks when it came to Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Like, outside of your main starter, like, who you gonna lean on? Who you're depending on? Like, for the Cowboys, it was simple. Like, Cooper Rush was the backup. Trey Lance is just a young QB that's developing, waiting in the wings for his opportunity. For Malik, this is just an opportunity for him to play. I don't think
I watched him with the Titans. I watched a football game where the Titans didn't allow him to throw a single pass in the second half of a football game.
Yeah, there's not a lot of great quarterbacks still available, I'll be honest. I mean, it's Tannehill, Trevor Siemian, Kellen Mond, Nate Sudfeld, Desmond Ritter, PJ Walker. Like, that's about it.
PJ's cool.
PJ's cool. But, like, him and Tannehill are, like, really the only guys I would trust.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I can see for them to say, okay, let's kick the tires on Malik Willis, because Malik hasn't had opportunities to play, and if he did, they have really limited his opportunities to throw to where he couldn't learn like in game. Like again, everybody can say like, well, he was just terrible in his limited snaps and everything, but I don't know. I'm always in the position of, let's put the player in the best position possible and then let him develop. Not, oh well, he can't throw, so we're not gonna like scheme anything open for him to throw the football. Now, so
I just will say I love Indianapolis minus 3.5 this week on the road.
You should
at Lambeau. Like I think that that's one of those games that stuck out. When I looked at the lines, that was the first one that popped, because again, if Malik Willis is playing quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, I am all up on Shane Steichen as one of the better coaches, up and coming coaches in the NFL. I am all up on Jonathan Taylor running that rock, and I think Anthony Richards got an opportunity to be something special.
No, because the showdown between him and C.J. Stroud
was a dope game.
That was fun to watch.
And C.J. Stroud is just, every single time I watch him, all I can think about is, how the hell did you take Bryce Young, Carolina, over C.J. Stroud?
It's that Ohio State stigma of not producing quarterbacks.
My man is
that was very dumb.
So dead-gum good. Now I got to ask you, this is one that I was kind of wondering now. Deshaun Watson, you heard about what happened to him yesterday.
I heard about some type of lawsuit.
Another lawsuit from another woman, sexual assault, trying to sue him, yada, yada, yada stuff. I mean, it's like, it just feels like this continuously happens with Deshaun Watson. Now, his play on the field has been so terrible, it's not even funny. You saw it. I know you watched that game. They were playing your Cowboys. A lot of people thought the Browns were going to go out there and take care of business. Dak Prescott and them boys went out there and dropped 33 on that awesome defense. But you can even tell the offensive line, when Deshaun Watson fumbled that football, like they didn't. And my man was Joe Batoni recovered it. When Deshaun was like trying to help him up, he was like, nah, he didn't even want to have nothing to do with Deshaun. Like, I just feel like this thing is going south with the quickness, and I'm ready for famous Jameis Winston to take over this chunt.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You gave away 3 first-round draft picks, a second-round draft pick, and a fourth-round draft pick. You give away 5 draft picks. You pay him $230 million guaranteed, and he is still in the long line of terrible, terrible quarterbacks.
And you can't get rid of him that easily because he got all that guaranteed money.
Well, I don't know. I think with this new charge, they might have I'm just going to say, just keep watching. And you know who the Browns get on Sunday now? The Jags, who I thought had a heck of a football game last week. I mean, that loss against the Dolphins, I mean, that thing was tight. That was a good football game.
Yeah, if Travis Etienne didn't fumble, that would have, I think the Jags would have won.
I think they would have pulled that John out too. I will also have to say though, man, speaking about Miami, they play Thursday night football this week.
First Thursday night game on Amazon. Yeah,
we got the Prime Video, Bills and the Dolphins. You had the Tyreek Video stuff Tyreek Hill and the Calais Campbell stuff that went down before that game on the way to Hard Rock, it was a little nuts.
Yeah.
Again, I'm always one who loves talking about Tyreek Hill because of how many women he's gotten pregnant.
Cheetah.
While he's been married. I just know that I would feel how uncomfortable if I just got married and within a month of my marriage, 3 other babies were born by 3 other different women. Like, those kind of things I found hilarious. Didn't find what happened Monday funny at all.
No.
But dude still went out there and got $130 and a tutty. Pretty cold-blooded, though.
Yeah, sounds like he drives like a cheetah, too.
Dude, did you see how bad that car, I bet, is fast as hell,
it looked like a fast car. It looked like a fun car.
Was that a Ferrari? I didn't see
Man,
that.
I don't even
whatever
know
it
what
was,
that
it was a fast
It was
car.
awesome looking. But the thing with the Calais Campbell thing, that like the Tyreek Hill, I get it. He didn't roll down the window. He got a little bit pissed. But like Calais Campbell was just walking up, like, hey, like not doing anything. Man, they bum rushed him and grabbed him, and put him in handcuffs.
Yeah.
That's just, man, it's an ugly scene for the
And
Miami.
Calais has been one of the more stand up.
He's been the man of the year for the NFL.
In the NFL, yeah.
And you put a former man of the year winner in handcuffs. It's like something ain't right.
Crazy.
I would say though, speaking of like man of the year, it feels like it's Jim Harbaugh. Man won a natty, left. Now Michigan's in shambles. Goes over there to the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Gets Joe Alt, the left tackle, and I'm going to tell you one thing: that dude played like a full-grown man because Max Crosby was against him all day, and he didn't give up a single pressure. You got you give the Chargers and you give Justin Herbert a run game, and they become more physical. And you saw that defense. And I know it's just the Gardner Minshew's Raiders. I am loving me a little bit of Charger action right now. I just feel like it's Jim's world, and we're all just living in it.
I'm in a wait and see. I'm in a wait and see because they don't have any of the top playmakers available right now. The Chargers, at least, from when I speak.
Well, they don't have Keenan Allen anymore. They don't have
the Bears.
Yeah, they didn't grab. They don't have the people that we've come to know that constantly flat out failed.
Mike Williams is with the Jets.
Yes, he's with the Jets. But I was going to tell you right now. Listen, Ladd McConkey out of Georgia, love the dude. You have Quentin Johnson. Q is a huge, big guy, wide receiver with a physical body.
He dropped the ball this weekend?
I don't remember. Did Q drop one? He may have.
I can't
I
remember.
love Hayden Hurst. I like J.K. Dobbins coming back from his injury looked good the other day running the football. Gus Edwards, him and them, rotating. I mean, the fact that the Chargers threw the ball, actually ran the football more than they threw it. I mean, you can tell this is not the Brandon Staley era.
Yeah.
Go out there and outscore. They're going to play offense, defense, special teams, and Jim's just somehow a good, crazy motivator.
Yeah, and actually take a lot of Justin Herbert's responsibilities off his plate because I just, Herbert's been wildly, he's talented.
Everything was always on him, though.
Yeah,
he had to literally do everything.
He had the playmakers when like his first 5 years. He had the playmakers to go out and and display the talent. It was just the fact that when you needed to simplify the game, they just couldn't simplify it at all. And you could tell like he was struggling. The offensive line was struggling because they were dealing with some injuries issues. But I mean, now you get a head coach in that. One, that's a former head coach that knows what he's doing, and then two, he can simplify things a little bit more than, hey, we're gonna give you a bunch of weapons. We're gonna run a lot of these exotic plays for this young quarterback because he got a live arm. He can get down the field, throw the ball really fast, and it's gonna look so pretty on the TV screen that everybody's gonna love him. It's like, no, just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Like, yeah, having a running game. I think the biggest thing is, gotta keep Dobbins and you gotta keep Edwards healthy. Because they both weren't healthy in Baltimore.
But if they can stay and get lucky with little Jim Harbaugh the way he is, man, they could be nasty. The AFC North, though, after week one, I'm so confused. Pittsburgh leads the division. They're the only team that won in week one. The Browns got their brains beat out by the Cowboys. I don't know what Cincinnati did against the Patriots. I still cannot believe that. And, of course, I knew Baltimore was going to lose to Kansas City because how many times do I got to tell you? The greatest running back in football might be Lamar Jackson, but he sure as hell ain't a top 15 quarterback in my opinion.
Well, you know the funny thing about it, Hard Knocks, the in-season Hard Knocks is going to the AFC North.
That's right. Yeah.
So we're gonna get to see this all year next when it's over.
Well, not even when it's over. They'll drop.
They're doing the regular season.
They drop episodes throughout the season.
Oh, I didn't.
I don't know when it starts, but yeah, those.
Yeah. So we're gonna see the decision behind Justin Wilson, Russell Wilson being set for Justin Fields.
I mean, dude, the Steelers scored 18 points. And they're he scored 18 points in week one. And out of the AFC North, they're the only one with a positive point differential. Baltimore, -7. Bengals, -6. Browns, -16. That's insanity to me. I thought the AFC North, did we not say that was the toughest division in football
in
week one?
Still can be. it's just week one, and everybody's reacting to like how badly the Browns lost to the Cowboys on their home field. The same way with the Bengals, like legit was a no-show against the Patriots. So it's still week one. They still got an opportunity to kind of like make this division the toughest division at the end of the season. But it's just week one, like it just brought out a lot of surprises. Cause
who do you like in the NFC South, New Orleans or Tampa Bay?
Can I say Atlanta?
Hell no. Did you see how bad Kirk Cousins looked?
Well, that's Kirk.
I lied. In season Hard Knocks until December. Season will still be going on, but it won't be until December.
You said Tampa and who?
Man, I thought Tampa Bay.
In New Orleans?
New Orleans, you saw what they played.
They played Carolina.
Somebody has got to win the NFC South, and I don't think it's the Falcons, and I know it won't be the Panthers.
So you're taking Baker Mayfield?
Baker looked good.
I think Baker looked great.
People were calling into local Cleveland sports radio stations and talking about how much they loved Baker yesterday after what Deshaun Watson did.
We need to bring him
hilarious.
back.
I will say, though, that, man, they got a tough test this week going on the road. Tampa Bay on the road against Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I am such a big fan of Dan Campbell. I just love that dude.
Football head.
He's just like a real dude.
Yeah, he's just the like if there was a stereotype of a
football player, he fits it
just
perfectly.
A meathead
football player that you love.
Him.
God, I love
that's
that
him.
Dude.
That's him. Now I will say, the Saints play the Cowboys. I think this weekend as well. So we'll see, man. Like we'll see. I'm not tripping too much about it because again, like the Saints played the Panthers. Like they're going to win because the Panthers are not good. They're not good. Now on the same way with the Commanders, like they play the Commanders. At least with the Falcons, like they were playing up against a really good defense in the Steelers at home.
But Justin Fields was the quarterback for Pittsburgh.
Justin Fields was the quarterback, and then Kirk Cousins.
That game's in a
and then Cousins was getting harassed all game.
Falcons didn't score a single point in the second half. They looked so bad, man. Like I just don't understand with Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Bijan. It's just like how do you not get them? How do you not get your weapons the ball?
I'm just quietly I'm not pushing this out now, but at some point. Michael Penix Jr. his name might be thrown out in the conversation.
Yeah. Bills right now and the Dolphins are the Thursday night game. Miami is at home. They're a 1.5-point favorite because they always play really good when it's warm, and they play really good in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's going to be, I think, one of the better games of the weekend.
I have to see. I'm too be.
Look, Cardinals look good.
The Cardinals look good
against the Bills,
but
dude, Josh Allen is that truth.
I'm to be determined, man. Like I still don't know who he's throwing the ball to, and we already through week one.
Just keep throwing it to Keon Coleman.
I mean, that's the only one.
And give the ball to James Cook.
That's two.
That they are.
And then you got what? Dalton Kincaid. That's three. That's the tight end. All right, cool. You got three options that you got to throw that you're throwing to. Who else is on this team?
I mean, I got a couple people out there that I still actually kind of trust a little bit. Look, again, how can you not trust Josh Allen? He's going to fit anything in. He's going to extend every single damn play. And and the Shakur, the little guy that's
Khalif.
Yeah, he actually can play. That dude, now he doesn't play quarterback like Bryce Young, but that little dude is fast, gets in and out of his breaks, and every time that ball's around him, he catches that little sucker.
I mean, that's nice.
He is just a nice little player.
Nice. I'm like they still got to get a receiver, man. Like I didn't understand the reasoning behind them. Only letting go. Stephon, he was upset with a lot of things. So, but still, like you leave the offseason with your second round pick first and Keon Coleman, and that's it. Like. They need to add some more talent to that room.
They definitely need to add a little bit more talent. What I'll also tell you, if you want talent, do you know like you're at your most talented when your life is going well? And let me just tell you something. When I look good, my life usually is going a lot better. That's why I always go to Frontier Western Store at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. I get all my gear down there because they have all the jeans that I need from Ariat all the way to Wrangler and everything in between. And they have your girl taken care of because they have a wonderful ladies boutique. They have a children's department and the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. Frontier Western Store. And if you can't make it down there, frontierwesternstore.com. Thank you so much, Zach. We'll do it again soon. Back into Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Want to do something you can't do anywhere else? Then join me, your buddy Johnny Radio, at Top Gun Memphis this Thursday, 11 to 1, to experience the fully automatic machine gun package for just $99. It includes 3 different machine guns, ammo, range safety officer, and a shooting range. New to shooting or just need to learn? Top Guns Academy is nationally recognized, and membership start at just $29.95 a month. Gun rentals are only $10. Join me this Thursday at Top Gun Memphis, 2770 Witten Road.
This is an ad from BetterHelp. As kids, we were always learning and growing. But at some point, as adults, we tend to lose that sense of curiosity. Therapy can help you continue that journey. BetterHelp makes it easy to get started. An affordable online therapy you can do from anywhere. Rediscover possibility with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/succeed today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/succeed.
Simple, smooth, and every sip is easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does your favorite mixers. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand-bottled, taste-tested, sent out to a few friends, then taste-tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff, just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
So you need to sell your house? I have the solution. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill and I buy houses. Any house, any area, as is. It's literally as simple as that. Just pick up your phone, call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill and I buy houses. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your house fast, call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill and I buy houses.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a 2 for Tuesday. That means go get you a big bottle of Tito's and go maybe get you a big old porterhouse steak from Buster's Butcher. Yep, Buster's Butcher, 199 South Highland Street, right next to Buster's Liquor Store. They do have now 2 Buster's Liquor Stores. They opened up also a new one over at Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. Well, we're about to do a little hardwood where it feels so good, but I also wanted to remind you about Rick's Powder Coating. For a beautiful finish every time, Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating with 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South. Rick's can accommodate it all. Your powder coating needs, they got you. They're locally owned, they're operated since 2002, and I'm telling you, they're going to customize a beautiful finish for you. Just give them a call at 901-367-2771. That's 901-367-2771. Or go to rickspowdercoating.com. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Dude, every single school does these kicking challenges. You watch on College Game Day, Pat McAfee's always making fun of somebody. Sure. This week they were in Michigan. Did you see that?
Yeah, and the guy was like making fun of kickers, and he was like,
kickers
aren't actual football players. Mm-hmm. So he missed it, and usually Pat always gives him a second chance. Nope. He said, no chance for you, buddy. At all.
In fact, he was extremely mean. Also, the kid was definitely lying. If that kid squat 480 pounds, please. Yeah. Please. A dude that squats 480 pounds is going to be able to kick the ball farther than 5 feet. That was terrible. terrible. But this is even worse. Did you see what happened at Purdue? Oh my gosh. I'm going to tell you right now, I would have been, it all works out, but I would have been so mad. So, Purdue, it's their first game of the year, and they're going to do the little field goal things. But here's what they're going to do. You get an opportunity at the 20-yard line. You kick that one, you make it, you win $250 Visa gift card. You make it from the 30-yard line. I can't remember what you get. You get some more great stuff. Something good.
I'm sorry. So these are just random students that are...
No, one student.
Okay,
bring
sure.
out one student.
But he's just a random student.
Yes.
And he has to make a 30-yard field goal for $250.
No, 20-yard for $250.
Okay, because but that's still with the end zone. I mean, that's still a 30-yarder.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's a long kick for just some random.
Well, then you kick a 30-yard one, and you get another. You get a $500 one. If you kick a 40-yard field goal, you get a free car from this wonderful little dealership. Well, guess what happened?
Someone won the car.
He hit all three of them.
Wow. Wait, so if you hit all three of them, do you get all three prizes?
You get all the prizes.
How about that?
Well, here's the issue. 3 days later, he gets a notification, and it says that the insurance company, which technically they are the prime culprit in this whole situation, because they said that they will give him the Visa gift card, but they aren't going to give him the car. They said because they went back and looked at the video, and you each kick you had time to kick it. You see what I'm saying? So like you had 15 seconds.
Sure.
And then you had like 35 seconds,
Sure.
And then like you have to kick the 41. You had to kick the 40 within like 50 seconds. They said they went back and watched the video, and he is 0.05 seconds from behind when the ball left his foot before it went in. The insurance is not going to honor it. He is not going to get it. But guess what happened? There is a smart dealership out there. Who came out there and said, if they're not going to offer it, we'll honor it. So some other car company came in, and they gave him a Chevy Blazer. Mm-hmm. And it was Curry Auto Center in Bloomington. They seized on the opportunity to get some good pub, because I'm going to tell you right now, the Bob Rodham Honda dealership, I think they're getting some bad press right now. Like, bro, you put up a car, you put up like a couple Visa gift cards, and the kid goes and makes the kick. Honor that giant. Like, don't send a letter 4 days later. But man, again, I can't believe how smart that other dealership was. The one thing is, I'm curious though, did he he was either going to get a Honda Accord.
There you go. I like
he
you
got
Honda
a
Accord.
Chevrolet Blazer. Which one's that? Did he turn I
don't know much about a Chevy Blazer.
I know it's a lot
Are
bigger.
they similar
than an Accord.
cars? Oh, no, it's
man,
bigger?
it's a big ass truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a Blazer, bro.
I don't know any of the Chevy cars, so I have no idea what kind of car it is.
Well, I just couldn't believe that. But like how disappointed that guy had to be for just 1 second.
Oh yeah.
Now the other thing which is crazy is Bob Rodham Honda is also one of the largest donors to Purdue.
Bob.
They've donated over $15 million to their athletic program over the last 20 years. How you not going to honor the car?
I bet all those players have nice cars from Bob Honda.
Man, I thought that story was absolutely... I just thought that one was insane. I felt pretty bad for him.
That is crazy.
Now, did you hear about P. Diddy?
Oh, no. What'd he do now?
A prison inmate just won $100 million lawsuit against Sean Diddy
Holy
Combs,
cow.
a.k.a. Diddy? Because he's Sean Combs, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, Sean Combs.
So he
P.
don't
Diddy,
call himself Puffy
Diddy,
no more?
Puff Daddy.
Did he or didn't he
Yeah.
is what we call it now.
No Diddy.
Well, according to this, he drugged and sexually assaulted some dude at a party in Detroit in 1997.
Jeez.
And the judges ordered him to pay $100 million. Huh. That's a bad day. Damn, Diddy. The other thing that's crazy is, did you know there's another prisoner who's a member of the Mexican Sinaloa cartel that's also suing Diddy?
Oh my gosh.
Like, what the hell did he been doing? What didn't he do, I guess is the question.
Well, what did he do?
He
I
did it
guess
all,
is
it seems
yeah.
like. Golly, that is just absolutely insanity. It's crazy. It's sad. And again, I mentioned a little bit earlier about the SEC fan base, how they're basically blaming, like it's all Kentucky fans, blaming Netflix.
Yeah, I want to know more about this.
Listen, let me tell you something. One, the fact that they're with your program, you should just appreciate it. And we're also talking about Kentucky, if you don't know. Again, Netflix is doing a series. Like Matt Jones and SEC signed a deal with Netflix. They're doing the whole docuseries about Kentucky football. Well, again, now, like the coaching staff and a bunch of like the boosters and some of the people out there who are putting out bad words are saying, well, the reason we look so bad, and there's only one explanation that the Wildcats look so poor in this performance, is because the players have been too worried about how Netflix has embedded themselves entirely with the football team. I do understand that sometimes kids, like when cameras around, they act a little different, maybe not nearly as focused. But can you really blame this on a TV crew? By the way, those docuseries are always so damn good. And did you hear about this, by the way? Do you know who Darth Vader is?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who played the voice for him? James Earl Jones?
Yeah, rest
He's
in
also
peace.
the Field of Dreams guy. He passed away.
And he's in Coming to America. He is the father in Coming to America.
Man, I hadn't seen Coming to America in so long.
Such a good movie.
Such a
I forgot he was in it yesterday when the news came out. Me and Darian were talking about it, and he was like, I just watched Coming to America the other night.
Do you believe Dak Prescott is worth the contract?
No.
You don't?
No.
He looked good in week 1.
He looked good. You better keep it up.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to keep it up. But I will say there's a lot of players out there that are saying that he's worth every single penny, especially Dallas Cowboys legend Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson is a Cowboys fan, and he went on to say that he wouldn't take any quarterback in the National Football League over Dak Prescott other than Patrick Mahomes.
Wow. I have a laundry list of
the
quarterbacks
fact
that I would take.
I was going to say, I just appreciate that he didn't actually not throw like Pat
Sure.
Mahomes in there, one of the greatest things since sliced bread. He is just so dead-gum good. And I told you that Deshaun Watson's dirty. Another woman.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson is actually one of the few quarterbacks in the NFL that I wouldn't take over Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't take Deshaun Watson over Dak Prescott. Not even close. By the way, did you hear even Scott Hansen throwing jabs at Tom Brady this week?
Oh, really?
Man, my man can't even catch a break. Like Tom Brady,
TB12.
GOAT, $375 million contract to talk. I mean, that's more than he ever made in the National Football League just to talk about the National Football League. But he's just not good at it. And I'm telling you right now, when Scott Hansen has to come out there and apologize for a joke, I think that's just hilarious. I just think that's hilarious. And then did you watch any of the Manning cast?
Oh, yeah. I watched that pretty much the entire first half.
Did you see Bill Belichick?
I did.
Where was his little girlfriend?
I don't know. Maybe in the other room.
Like, how come they didn't bring up, hey, how's your 24-year-old girlfriend,
Are they
Bill?
still rocking?
Hell yeah, they're
I
rocking.
haven't seen an update in a while.
You think Bill's leaving her?
Well, I think maybe the other way around.
Oh, she ain't leaving Bill until he's gone, and
that's terrible.
She gets his money, or at least half. Do you think she gets an allowance on the front end?
I don't know. It's a good question. Is she still with the Patriots? Is she still cheering for the Patriots?
I just want to know how he talks to her. Like, I can barely talk to you, and you're 24, and you're my producer.
That's right.
And I'm not even trying to, like...
Yeah, you don't have to finish that sentence.
I'm just trying to make sure that we're happy. And I just also want to make sure that everybody out there is safe, that they're ready to do something fun. But I'm going to tell you about where I'm going to be this Thursday. And I want you to come out there and join me again. I'm going to be out there 11 to 1. Where I'm going to be at 2770 Witten Road. I'm going to Top Gun Memphis, baby. There is a machine gun package. It's a fully automatic machine gun package. It's $99. You pick, hey, man, there's 3 different machine guns. Pick one. It's going to have ammo. You're going to get a range safety officer. You're going to get your lane, and you are going to get your target, and you're going to shoot, hopefully, like I do. I'm like Jack Bauer and Raymond Reddington all in one when it comes to me shooting guns. Who's another good shooter?
Steph Curry.
I was talking about guns.
You're the Steph Curry with a gun.
I'm Steph Curry with a gun.
right.
If you want to be a Steph Curry with a gun and you're just a little bit nervous also, though, and you're not ready for a machine gun package, I'm telling you right now, if you go out to Top Gun Memphis, they're going to make you feel comfortable. If you don't have a gun, you can rent one for only $10. They have the Top Gun Academy, which is nationally recognized. They also have memberships that start at just $29.95. I'm telling you right now, there's only one place to shoot. Come join me this Thursday, 11 to 1, Top Gun Memphis, 2770 Witten Road. Come shoot with us at Top Gun Memphis. You know what we're doing on the other side?
We're betting, John.
Betting on baseball, baby. Don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Getaway Sports Bar. Best kept secret in town. Open noon to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Garden created this SEC NFL Dream Bar over 20 years ago. You'll never miss a minute of action. 10 TVs, 5 70-inch TVs for all the big games. Come up on 6 pool tables. Coolest beer in town. Grab your cool stick and get you some good bar talk. 100 chicken tenders. Daily happy hour Monday through Friday. 10 to 6 p.m. on Radio 625. Getaway Sports Bar. 4632 Winchester.
Madam Giselle senses something big coming. Is it a career change? Everything looks wet. I'm going to be a swim teacher. There's a roof. A swim teacher who also does roofing. No, the roof of your RV has a leak and it's ruining the furniture.
Oh, that's okay. I'm covered by Progressive. But maybe I'm a swim teaching roofer who makes furniture.
Customize your coverage with Progressive's Roof Protection Plus and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roof Protection Plus available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Top Gun is the largest indoor range in the Mid-South, but size isn't their only difference. Top Gun has the best instructors with over 300 years combined experience and classes all the way from first shot to master marksmanship. Plus, Top Gun is affordable. Gold membership is just $48 a month. That's just $1.60 a day for unlimited range time, free gun rentals with purchase of ammo, and members lounge access. Top Gun 2770 Witten Road and TopGunMemphis.com. Always shoot with the best. Top Gun Memphis.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a little two-stepping Tuesday. Hopefully you're going to go get you a bottle of Tito's and maybe a big old porterhouse or a ribeye. maybe some fillets. I don't know, man. Buster's Butcher sounds delicious. Stop by Buster's Butcher. Learn more at bustersbutcher.com. Find out why every cut counts and stop in their liquor stores. They got 2 locations. Get you some Tito's because when life hands you lemons, you don't freak out. You don't fret. You don't even stress, man. You just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with the best. That's Tito's handmade vodka. And here we go. I'm going to the well. You know I'm a Braves fan, right? To the window, to the walls. Till the Braves sweat down and fall. I'm not giving up on them. You know who's on the bump today for the Braves? They're playing the Nationals, by the way.
Chris Sale.
No, Lopez.
Ronaldo Lopez. Ah, that was my second guess.
Lopez. And let me tell you a little secret. Lopez, the only thing that concerns me is he's got 127 innings this year. It's the most he's thrown since 2019. Remember, he's a converted reliever. But my man, in 21 of his 23 starts this year, has given up 2 or fewer earned runs. And he's given up 2 or fewer runs both time he faced the Nationals lineup. Now, Mackenzie Gore, who's had an up-and-down season pitching for the Nationals, I think he's in trouble because right now the Braves, they're, since August 1st, are the 3rd best team hitting against left-handers. He's left-handed. Braves get it done today. We are rocking, we are firing, and we only have to lay 135 to take the Atlanta Braves, 540. They're in the Nationals. I am all over Lopez, and you know how important this game is.
Very.
I mean, it is so crucial. The Mets just passed them yesterday, and again, the Mets have won 10 of their last 11 games. The Braves are playing good. The Mets are just playing better, and if they want to make the postseason, and you know that they do, they're going to have to get it done against a team like the Nationals. I think the Braves win. I think that line's too small. I love the Braves today. Also, kind of been looking a little bit at the Yankees. Did you know New York is only minus 140 right now?
Wow, really?
Yeah, they're playing the Royals.
Sure.
It's Marcus Stroman, who's been very up and down this year. Up and down. Like, he can go out there and look like the old school Marcus Stroman, and then he goes out there and he looks like he's a little kid. Those are some good days. But Seth Lugo, who's been very good for Kansas City, I just don't trust him against that lineup. I love the Braves. I like the Yankees. Anybody that you like out there?
No. I'll be honest, John. I really haven't looked at the slate today. I know Greg Peterson, our guy that we usually follow for basketball, college basketball.
What's he got?
He likes the Mariners tonight against
the Padres.
The Padres, yes.
So he's not. He don't like you, Darvish, tonight on the bump.
Well, I think it's another matchup. You know, Mariners.
George Kirby.
If they want to try to get a spot in the playoffs, they got to get some winning done. So maybe that's part of it. They had a good weekend against St. Louis.
Who's favored in that game?
I think the Padres are slight favorite.
Slight, kind of one of those low minus 110 plus 105 kind of things.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's go Braves, let's go Yankees, and I think we're going to jump on the M's. For everybody out there, if you need to sell your house, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Any house, any area, as is, as simple as that. Bing, bang, boom. I just sold your house. That's my time. Peace.
There are jewelry stores, and then there's Genesis Diamonds, the cutting-edge industry leader, the pioneer. Hey, it's Eric Hasseltine, and it's no secret that jewelry stores across America watch what Genesis is doing. Genesis was the first to